Hello everyone, good morning. Sorry for the delay. So yesterday we discussed about the first Hello World program, right? Okay. So anyone tried given some assignment? Anyone tried? Anyone tried? Print your name 5 times. That is one thing. Another one is like, okay, 4 boxes I want. Okay, I want like 4 boxes. Anyone tried? Okay, then let's talk about the error messages. If I write like this, what's my error message? If I write like this, what is my error message? App is not defined. Okay, if I write like this, okay, now this is not recognized like a component, so that directly it is go to browser. But browser, it is not recognized as a valid element or not. Okay, so warning, you can get it. Warning is what? Unrecognized element or not. Okay. The next is, for example, if I add like root 1 here, can anyone tell me what is my output? What is my output? Root 1 here. What is my output? Okay, what is my output? 1. What is my output? So see, this is the container, right? Okay. Now document.query selector of ID is like root. There are not there. There are not there. Not there. Okay. So if it is there, that is what? One div element. If it is not there, it is not a element or not. So in this case, container is an element or not an element? In this case, container is an element. Container is pointing to element or not? Document.query selector ID is root. Yes, container is what? Okay, one element is there whose ID is like root. Container is an element. If I add like root 1 here, so now tell me, is there any root 1 is there? Is there any root 1 element is there? The element whose ID is like root, whose ID is like root, there or not there? Not there. So my container is not there. Okay, that means it is not like an element. It is like what? Null or something or not? Null only. So here you can get the error is like container is not an element. You can get an error like container is not an element. Now see this, inspect this one, go to console. Okay, if you observe here, container is not a DOM element or not. Okay, why I am looking for the element whose ID is like root, that element is not there. Okay, so if the element is not, that means that is not an element. Container is not a DOM element or not. Okay, the next one. Now see, if I write like this, now tell me, if it is like normal HTML, yes. Okay, no compiler, nothing. No compiler, nothing is there to check. But now it is a normal element or JSX element. Now it is like a normal element or JSX element. It is not a normal element, it is a JSX element, right? JSX elements are going to compile, right? Compilation is nothing but it is going to check, okay, your syntactical rules and everything. So if you come here, it is a compile time error. What is that? Okay, my Babel throws an error while checking, okay, while compiling. Uncount syntax error, inline Babel, unterminated JSX content or not. It is not properly terminated. My H1 not terminated properly or not. Okay, is there any error in the JSX syntax error? Okay, you not follow properly closings and everything, then the time you can get like what? Unterminated JSX content error or not. Got my point? Yes or no? Agreed with me? Okay, now by default my script is like what? Type JavaScript. Now, if I run this one like a type JavaScript, then that time, see this, it is not able to check your, okay, it's not able to recognize your JSX content or not. Not able to recognize your JSX content or not. Now see this, okay, it is like JavaScript, type equals to text JavaScript now, default. JavaScript compiler not recognize this one like a JSX one. So JSX, who can compile JSX and JSX? Babel. So if you get like this, the error, okay, not recognize, syntax error like unexpected token of something like this, that means what? You missed, okay, your Babel compiler to compile your JSX content. Okay, so what you have to do? Type text Babel or not. Okay, now my React order, if I use, okay, if I follow like this, React DOM first, after that React render, then that time see, it gives me some error. That means what? My React DOM internally using what? Internally using what? React. That's the reason you should have to use React, okay, load first and then React DOM. Okay, Babel is an independent, wherever you want, you can use it. That's not an issue. Got my point? Load React first and then React DOM. Okay. Now, can anyone answer this question? Where name equals to Sachin? Okay, what is my name? What is my name? Where location equals to Mumbai? Okay, what is my location? What is my location? What is my location? If I click on enter, see this location is not defined. Why? You are looking for L capital OC, okay, but here LOC is there. All are like lowercase letters. In that case, it is like what? Okay, JavaScript is like a case sensitive or not? Exact the same case characters you have to use, letters you have to use. Okay, now here React, okay, DOM. If you observe here, React DOM. This is the variable React people created. Okay, if I change something like this, okay, then that time what happened? React DOM is there or not there? React DOM is not there. React DOM is not there. So make sure which variable name they defined, same variable, okay, you have to use. Okay, case sensitive JavaScript is. Got my point? These all are like, okay, you may get the errors if you while practicing or not, possible errors, you may get it. Got my point? All are okay? Okay, if you want to render some content by using React, how many minimum libraries are required? How many minimum libraries are required? 3 libraries: React, React DOM, and Babel. Okay, why we go for React library? To recognize this one like a component. Okay, why we go for React DOM? If you have a content, that content, if you want to render inside the container, then you need React DOM. Why we go for Babel? To compile your JSX content. JSX stands for what? JavaScript and XML. It is a combination of HTML, XML, and JavaScript. Okay, JSX code is going to compile. Or we can say it is like a JSX, whatever the, okay, code you use to prepare the content inside the component, that particular code we can say like a JSX. Whatever the code you used to prepare the content inside the component, that code we can say like a JSX. JSX is the combination of HTML, XML, JS. Okay, JSX code is going to compile by using Babel. By using Babel. Agree with me? Yes or no? Okay, first you need a container. First you need a container. It is by default placed inside the body. I want to prepare the content. How many ways we can prepare the content in React? How many ways we can prepare the content in React? 2 ways. Okay. Okay. How many ways we can prepare how I can prepare the content? Sorry, my question is how we can prepare the content by using components. How many ways we can create the components? 2 ways. One is like class component. Another one is like functional component. How my functional component is looks like this. Got my point? Once you created a component, okay, it returns some content. That content is supposed to be rendered inside the container. So how we can render the content inside the container? First, get the container reference. That is called as a root. Terminology wise, you can put any name, no problem at all. Okay, and then inside the root container, render what? Your component or color. Okay. Okay, can I create one more? Yesterday's example, what? I want to create the name. Okay, just I want 3 times. My name like 3 times. Okay, your wish, you can put any name. Okay, that's not an issue. Okay. First, don't think about 3 times. 1 time print Naresh ID. After that, we can think about 3 times. 1 time I want to print Naresh ID by using React. First, container is required. This is my container. I want to place some content inside the container, so that component is required. Okay, component name can be anything, but name can be anything, but starts with what? Capital letter. If you not starts with capital letter, then the time you know the issue. Now, who can recognize this one like a component? Is my browser. My browser can recognize this one like a function, this one like a class. By default, my browser not recognize this one like a component. Who can help us? My React library. So can I load it? Yes. My component should prepare some content and returns that content. So can I prepare the content? My content is like what? Naresh. So can I return it? Whatever the content you prepared here, okay, which code you used? This code you used. This code we can say like what? This code we can say like what? Whatever the code you used to prepare the content, we can say like a JSX. JSX is a combination of what? JS, HTML, XML. Okay, the JSX code should what? Compile or not. So is my browser knows how to compile the code? No. So who can compile? My Babel. So can I go to script? My type should be what now? Text Babel. You have to mention. Now I have a component, I have a content that is compiled with Babel, error-free content I have. So that error-free content I have to place inside the container. So how we can? How we can? Who can render the content inside the container? React DOM. React DOM. So in my React DOM, which method is there? Which method is there to create the root element, create the container reference? Create root is the method. Okay. Yes. Here you have to give the reference of this particular element. How we can get the reference? Document dot query selector of what is my ID? Root is my ID. Or you can use to get the reference of an element, not only query selector, you can use get element by ID also. Okay. Get element by ID. What is my ID? Root is my ID. No need to put hash. Why? This is representing ID only. So it returns me what? Your root element. Okay. I have the container. I have the content. Can I render the content inside the container? Oh, root dot render. What is my component? Name is my component or not. So can I run this? Yes. My Naresh IT printed or not? Is it okay? Okay then. Now it is not our requirement, right? Our requirement is what? Our requirement is what? Just I want Naresh IT 3 times. Just I want Naresh IT 3 times. What I can do? Okay, line by line I want with big letters, big font size. Then that time I can use H1. So can I use Naresh IT 3 times? Yes. Okay. Now, can I refresh the page? Now it gives me an error. Can you check error in the console? Yes. Can you read this error? Read it. It's a syntax error while compiling by Babel. That is, you can understand by seeing this. What is the error message? See, adjacent JSX elements. Adjacent means side by side. Okay, side by side JSX elements there are not. Okay, side by side means don't think like this is side by side. It is not side by side. Side by side means okay, it is like a same parent. Okay, same level elements. Okay, H1, H1, H1. Okay, adjacent JSX elements, okay, must be wrapped in an enclosing tag. That means in your JSX, how many elements you want, you can write it, no problem. But one thing you have to remember, whenever you return this one, you should have to return with a single enclosing element. That means what? You have to keep everything in a single element. That one you have to follow. Here, why you not follow? Here only one element is there. It is only the single one, right? But here multiple elements are there. Whenever in your component, multiple elements you use to prepare the content, that all elements should wrap with a single element. So can I add that single element like a div? Can I place everything inside the div? Yes or no? Here, instead of div, any element you can use, but recommended thing, you can use div now. After that, you can use fragment, different ways. Okay, for now, div. So whatever the error raised, syntax error raised, that is fixed or not. Adjacent JSX element must be wrapped in an enclosing tag. Okay, now the same thing I did it. Okay, adjacent JSX elements wrapped with enclosing with this tag. Now whole thing enclosed with what? Single tag only or not? Now can you come here? Can I execute? Yes. My requirement satisfied or not? Okay, all are okay so far? Now onwards, if you want to write multiple elements, those elements should wrap or enclose with a single element or not. Use div for now. Okay, done. Now, whatever the code you written, that is satisfied my requirement. But is it the recommended way of writing the code? For example, instead of NIT, I want Naresh IT. Then the type, how many places you need to do the change? How many places you need to do the change? How many places you need to do the change? Come on. How many places? 3 places. If you observe here, it's a kind of duplicate code or not. See here, this spot, this spot, this spot. It's a kind of duplicate code or not. Okay, in any programming language, writing the duplicate code is not a recommended one. In any programming language, writing the duplicate code is not a recommended one. Then how? Then how? Come on. Then how? Yeah, how we can avoid this problem? How we can write the code effectively? How we can? Very simple. Yeah. Which content you are using repeatedly? Tell me. H1 Naresh IT. This code only, right? This content only I want to use multiple times. Okay, if you observe here, this Naresh IT I want to use multiple times or not. So this particular content, if you want to prepare in React, how it is possible? How it is possible? Okay, for now, okay, let me change this one to yeah. Okay, recommended name now onwards, root component is like yeah. Okay, naming convention. Yeah, also you can put it, no problem at all. But recommended component, root component is like a yeah. The component which is directly rendered inside the render method. Okay, the component which you passed as an argument to render method, recommended name is like yeah. Okay, if you want to put like yeah, okay, you can put it, no problem at all. But naming convention wise, I'm telling, working or not? Okay, root component now onwards you can use like a yap component. Now see this content multiple times you are using, right? So can you do one thing in React? If you want to prepare this content, how we can prepare the content in React? This is the content I want to prepare. How we can prepare the content in React? Tell me. By using components. You know, right? How to create the component? You know, right? How to create the component? How? 2 ways I can create. I know how to create the functional component. So this is the content I want to prepare. So this is the content I want to prepare. You want me to keep that content? No. Can you return it? So I created one more component to prepare this content. which can use multiple times or not. Now, I prepared one more component with this content. Now, instead of this one, can I use like my name now? Can I use like my name now? Okay, this name, how many times you want me to use that content? How many times you want me to use it? Okay, 3 times or not? 3 times or not? So you can use this name 3 times. Okay, now 3 times. Now tell me, can I refresh the page? Can I refresh the page? Observe here. This particular content now 1 line, in future 1000 lines also. I don't know. Okay, how many times you written this content? That means how many times you written this code? How many times you written this code? Only 1 time or not? How many times you used? 3 times or not? You can ask a question. Hey, this is also one kind of duplicate only. Yes, in future we avoid this one by using a map method. Okay, at the time of map method discussion, okay, how many names you want, that many names you can render dynamically. That is next level. For now, okay, just my requirement is I don't want to use the duplicate code. Okay, whatever the code we use it to prepare the content, that code I don't want to use multiple times. Now, how many times you written the? Only 1 time. Okay, you used multiple times or not? Now define the component. My component is having some code snippet which is related to some content that can be reusable. How many times you want, wherever you want or not? Yes or no? Come on. My component which contains some piece of code that can be reusable or not? Yes or no? Now, instead of narration, if you want NIT, instead of narration, instead of 1 second. Yeah, but so this name component you created only 1 time. You use it like multiple times or not? Now see, I have 2 components now. The first component returns this content. This is what? This part we can say like what? Inside the component, whatever the code you written to prepare the content, what you can say, this is like a JSX. JSX is the combination of what? HTML, XML, and JavaScript. Now here, 3 combinations, all are not mandatory. Any one of this one is enough, or a combination also okay. Now HTML satisfied. Yes, it's okay, fine. But come to this part now. Okay, now this part is what? Come to this part. Okay, this part is what now? This part is what now? This part is like a JSX or not? Yes or no? Now tell me. HTML, div is like a HTML element. Now tell me, name is a HTML element. Huh? Is my name is a HTML element? Is my name is HTML element? No. This is User defined element or not? You created that element or not? User defined elements come under where? User defined elements come under what? XML or not? So here my HTML and XML combination is there or not there? Agreed with me? In your React application, all user defined elements starts with capital letter. We can say like what? Components or not? All user defined elements starts with capital letter. We can say like what? Components or not? Color okay? The component which contains some piece of code which can be reusable wherever you want, how many times you want, that many times you can use it. How many number of components you can create? Any number of components you can create based on your requirement. All are okay? So for good. Anyone created like this? Yesterday's assignment? Anyone did like this? Anyone did like this? No? Huh? Okay. Next. Next thing is, I want 4 boxes. Okay, 2 boxes side by side. Okay, the next line, 2 boxes I want. Okay, so let's start. Come on, by using React only I want. So how we can? First, container is required. What is my container? Root. I want to place the content. How we can prepare the content? By using components. How many ways we can create the components? 2 ways, class and functional. Okay, how we can create the functional component? By using function. Yes. Okay, who can recognize this one like a component? Who can recognize this one like a component? React library. Component is used for what? To prepare the content. To prepare the content. This content you want me to keep with me? No. This content should return or not. Whatever the code you use to prepare the content, we can say like what? JSX. JSX stands for what? JavaScript and XML. It is the combination of either HTML or JavaScript or XML or some combination. Now, JSX code should what? Should what? Compile. Who can compile? Browser not. Babel. So, how we can assign that work? How we can assign the JSX inside the script? By using type equals to what? Text Babel or not. Yes. I have the compiled content. Where you want me to place that compiled content? Inside the container. Who can do that? Who can do that? My React DOM library can do that work or not? Agreed? Yes. Okay, how we can do that? My React DOM dot, which method is there? Create root is the method. Create root is the method. You have to pass this container reference. How we can pass it? Document dot get element by ID of root. Document dot get element by ID of root. Okay, what is my root element? This is my root element. Okay, root dot what? Render. Root dot what? Render. Inside the root, I want to render this component or not. Okay, yeah, component. That's it. All are okay. Now it is going to render what? SS. Perfect. But I don't want SS. I want box. I want a box. Then what you have to do? If you want to make my div is like a visible like a box, how we can change the behavior of an element? How we can change the behavior of an element? How we can change the behavior of an element? By using CSS. So by using CSS, can you make this div looks like box? Yes, this is my div. Now first, for this particular div, okay, this is the div. For this particular div, can I give the width 100 pixel? Can I give the height 100 pixel? Can I give the border 1 pixel solid red? Now inside this one, SS required or not required? Not required. If you observe here, if I put my cursor, there has a red shade is there. Still, div is a block level, still occupies the red space. Okay, controlled by div only or not? You want that red space? Not required. I want only my content width. So inline is nothing but Okay, I want only 100 width. Inline is nothing but display inline, content width. No content, nothing. Block is nothing but what? Parent width. Parent width. You want content width? No. You want parent width? No. I want my own width 100. Then you can go with what? Inline block. Inline block. Now, can I take this stuff? Now, can I create style tag? Why? Because only one file is there. You can go with the internal styling. The name is like what? Box. Are you able to hear me? Is my voice is clear? Yes. Okay, this is my box. Okay, I created a class. Why I created a class? Why not ID? Okay, yes, you can go with ID also. Okay, this is my box. So this particular one I want to add to my div. So how we can represent the ID? By using any attribute box. Now my box ready or not? Now how many boxes are required for you? How many boxes are required for you like this? 4 boxes. So can I add one more box here? Will it work? Can I add one more box here? Will it work? Will it work? No. Why no? Why no? A syntax error. Adjacent JSX element must be wrapped, okay, with a single enclosing element or not? Yes or no? Adjacent JSX element, okay, must be wrapped in enclosing element or not? Okay, so here, which element you want me to use to wrap enclosing with some enclosing element? Come on, recommended one is like div. Okay, some other also there, we'll see later. Now come here. Now see this, that has 2 boxes printed. Okay, like this, how many boxes are required? 2 enough? 2 are okay? No, right? 2 more. So can I add 2 more? Can I add 2 more? Okay, now observe here. Now see this. Okay, my 4 boxes like side by side. I don't want side by side. I want line by line. Can anyone tell? Sachin Dhoni, I want line by line without any gap, without BR tag. How? Sachin Dhoni, I want line by line. So how we can put it? Div Sachin, it's a block level. The next line, div Dhoni, it's a block level. Block level elements always take like what? Full width, so that those are like every time starts with new line or not. Instead of Sachin, I want to place these 2 boxes. Can I place it? Instead of Dhoni, I want to place these 2 boxes. Can I place it? Now, can I refresh the page? Now my requirement done or not? But the problem here is again the same story. Now see this, div ID box div, div ID box div, div ID box div. How many times you written? How many times you written the code? 4 times or not? You written the same code 4 times or not? Is it the recommended way of writing the code? Again, it's a kind of duplicate code, right? Okay, writing the duplicate code is not a recommended one. Then which code related to some content you want to use multiple times? Can you create one component with that content? Can you reuse that how many times you want? Yes or no? Got my point? Which code you want to use multiple times related to some content? Okay, this code I want to use, okay, for box. How many times? 4 times. Instead of writing 4 times this code, okay, can you prepare one component with this particular content? Can I use that one wherever you want, how many times you want? You know how to create the component, right? Yes. Okay, which content you want me to prepare? One box. This is the code. You want me to keep with me? No. Can you read me? Now this box component, how many times you want to use? In the first div, I want to use 2 times. In the second div, how many times you want to use? Okay, how many times you want to use? 2 times or not? Done. Now tell me, how many times you written the code? How many times you written the code? Only one time or not? Yes or no? Now, if you observe here, see, okay, this element have ID box, this element have ID box, ID box. Is it the recommended one? Okay, put the same identity for multiple elements. No, right? No, right? Yes, working, but it is not a recommended one. So the same CSS, if you want to apply for multiple elements, which selector is the recommended one? ID or class? Class is the recommended one. Or now, can you come here? Can I refresh the page? Now, can you see the console? Yes, it is working as expected or not. But there is one warning is there. Can you go and check the warning? Observe. Invalid DOM element property. Did you mean class name? If it is a JSX, now onwards, instead of using the class attribute, can I use like a class name attribute to avoid that warning? Now onwards. Okay, now there is no warning. At the same time, my requirement satisfied or not. All are okay? Come on. Agreed, everyone? Okay, now my next level requirement is in the box, I want 1, here 2, third box 3, fourth box 4. Like that, numbers I want in the box. I want the numbers in that box. So if your number is nothing but content, I want to place some content in the box. Which line number you want me to place the content? Which line number you want to do the change to place the content in the box? Which line number you want me to do the change? Exactly. This is only the box, right? Box means it's a div. How we can place the content inside the div? Like this, you can place it. Yes. Now, this is the right place, but it is wrong content. Okay, you want 1? No, I want 1 for first box, 2 for second box, like that. This content I want in the center, text align center. This content I want in the vertical center. Then the time, instead of line normal height, you can give like a line height. Then the time you can get this horizontally and vertically center. Yes. Okay, only one line is there. Okay, that is placed in the vertical center. Now it is okay. This is the right place, but this is not my expected content. So in this box, I want 1, here 2, here 3, here 4. How we can place? We'll discuss in the tomorrow's class. Okay, for that, you need some JavaScript knowledge, JSON. Okay, JSON, JavaScript object literal notation format, how it is work, you should know. So tomorrow we have a class, you can join at the same time 9 AM. Okay, we are going to discuss like a JSON and we are going to complete, okay, this example. Don't miss tomorrow's class, very, very important JSON related stuff. Okay. So working people, you can drop. Yeah, remaining people, anyone have any questions?
Sir, for JavaScript, can you suggest any website so we can prepare?
Okay, JavaScript, you can go with the Mozilla. Okay, and this is I preferred. I am preparing from here only. Developer.mozilla.org. This one. Personally, I am reading the JavaScript content from here. Developers.mozilla.org. Okay. Any other questions, anyone?
Hi, sir. I have one question. So we cannot debug, sir, like one by one line?
Yes, yes, we can debug, but not that much code we written, right? So far, whenever you write the logic, then that we are going to debug.
Okay, okay.
And sir, for CSS and HTML, any website you can suggest?
Okay, HTML and CSS. Okay, you can go with any website. Okay, basic things if you want W3 schools, you can go. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So is the Babel is the only compiler for this JSX compiler?
Yes, Babel is only the compiler. It is used to compile the JSX content along with your JavaScript.
No other compilers are there in the market.
Okay, but internally they are using like JSX only. Okay, Babel only. React scripts are there. Next is next library. Next also it is going to compile the code, but internally they are using like Babel only.
Sir, where was a classroom was posted? The Google Classroom was not available for writing the notes.
Mhm.
The writing notes will be not available on Google Classroom, sir.
Okay, writing notes. It's like we not you can follow the uijavakit.com website. Okay, for soft copies. Okay,
For
there-
daily
yeah,
daily classes on UIJavaKit, sir.
Yes, yes. Okay, whatever
Yeah,
the topic we are delivering.
Yeah, actually, yesterday class was I missed, sir. So that's why I could not understand today class. So I
You
know the
can
notes.
you can get these programs. You can download from the path, right? From there you can download.
Yes, sir. On UIJavaKit.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Any other questions, anyone?
Sir, one more question for me. We should not download anything in Visual Studio Code, correct?
Not required.
Any specific.
Not required at this moment. Not required.
Okay, okay.
Sir, do we have any Google Classroom link for this?
No. Okay, we not deliver. Okay, we not share any content through Google Classroom. Okay.
Okay.
Just you can follow the UIJavaKit.
So daily we have to download, sir, or like
Yeah, 2 days once. 2 days once I'm going to upload. Okay, today program. Okay, today we complete this one, right? You have to do your own. Tomorrow I will upload this one like that. We follow.
okay, sir.
Okay, if it is required, every day we are going to upload. Okay, JavaScript also we are going to cover. Okay, HTML and CSS and JavaScript, all topics. These many topics we are going to cover as part of this course. Okay, Sudhakar. Okay, that's the reason I told like this is helpful to you people who want to put some experience. Okay. How many want to put like some experience? Who want to put some experience?
Yes, sir, I want.
What about only one person is there?
Sir, even I want.
Next.
For me also, sir.
Next.
I'm also, sir.
Okay.
Also, but I have experience of 2 years, but not in React.
Okay. Who want to put some experience? Okay. What's your plan? Are you doing some job or it's like you are not working?
Not doing job.
You are not doing
I'm
job.
doing job, sir.
I'm
Camera
doing internships.
Okay. So if you're doing job, it's okay. Okay. If you get chance, okay, daily basis, okay, minimum spend 1 hour on JavaScript. 1 hour you can spend on JavaScript. Okay. We want to put some experience, I'm telling. Minimum 1 hour, no notes. 3 months course, it's exactly okay, less than 3 months maybe. Okay. Each and every day, okay, whatever the topics we are going to deliver, okay, you have to work on those topics only, not like new topics, on the topics on. So far we covered like variables and functions. Okay, prepare different check different website variables. Okay, just check in Google what they given. Okay, ChatGPT is there, right? Okay, you can ask the questions, different questions, what you want. Okay, whatever the results you get it, okay, just go through that one. Got my point? Okay, minimum 1 hour. Okay, next 2 hours enough every day. Next 1 hour after the class immediately, okay, React you can practice whatever the examples we delivered here. Okay, on daily basis you have to do these 2 things. And one more thing. Okay, on weekend or okay, weekend only can take it. Okay, weekend you can take. Write your own notes. write your own notes. Okay, you have to prepare your own notes. Okay, so inline elements. Inline elements. Okay, take a notepad. Just write 2 lines. Okay, what is inline element? Some inline elements. Like that, prepare your own notes. Got my point? Whatever the topics you deliver, okay, prepare your own notes. Okay, this week, okay, how many topics we discussed? Okay, those all topics you can take a weekend notes. Otherwise, every day you can take. That is very okay comfort to you. Okay, once our class done, you practice it, right? After that, you can take the notes. Today class, okay, we discussed about this topic. What is the purpose of this one? Okay, so learn the concept, not like learning like question to answer, that kind of thing. Don't follow that one. Okay, take the concepts. Got my point? Okay, got my point? Like that you can follow. You have so much time, right? You don't have any work means, okay, 1 hour it's a class, that's it. You have to put like some effort from your end also, minimum 2 to 3 hours. You can easily get the job. Okay,
నేను దాంట్లో పెట్టాను చూడు.
okay, any other questions, anyone? Anyone have any questions?
Sir, what is the salary for the study?
Can you speak a little bit loud? Can you speak a little bit loud?
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir. I want to put 1 to 2 year experience. So what your salary expectation?
Anyone heard his voice? Is that clear for you? How many people? Is that voice?
Sir, he is saying what is the salary expectation for 1 or 2 years
Okay,
of
that depends.
experience?
This depends. Okay, for example, okay, I am the recruiter. Okay, I take an interview. Okay, I am the team lead, and the recruiter schedule the interview. Okay, think like that. Okay, I am the team lead. I am taking the interview. Okay, as a team lead, I thought like this person, okay, should require for me. If I thought like that, the same thing I told to, okay, my recruiter, hey, that person is required for me. Then that time, okay, how you completed your interview, okay, how you faced your interview, each and every question you answered. That means, okay, that you completed like very well. Okay, you faced like very well, you finished that one. Then that time you can ask how much you want. For example, 2 years of experience, then that time you can ask basically 2 into 3, 6 lakhs minimum. Okay, 2 cross 3. Okay, if they decided like you required this resource required for my project, if they decided like that, they are ready to give, okay, 2 lakhs more also. Got my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, like that you can ask. Okay, then prepare well. Okay, if you have any questions, you can drop a mail. Thank you guys. Bye.